If you're a successful guy over 45 and people keep thinking you're older than you actually are, there's something going on that has nothing to do with your actual age. I've worked with executives, business owners, and professionals who've mastered every aspect of their careers, except this one thing that's been quietly aging them in front of everyone they meet. And here's what's frustrating about it. These aren't big, dramatic problems. They're subtle style choices that most of us made years ago and just never updated. But the impact? It's huge. When I show guys these 5 specific mistakes, and more importantly, the straightforward fixes, they're amazed at how different they look. Not younger in some desperate way, but sharp, confident, and commanding the respect they've earned. Because here's the reality. When you nail these fundamentals, people notice you differently. They take your ideas more seriously, they remember you after meetings, and frankly, you walk into rooms feeling like you own the place. And that feeling? That's worth everything. So if you've ever felt like your appearance isn't matching your accomplishments, stick around. I'm about to show you exactly what's happening and how to fix it. How do other people see you? Now, before we dive into the fixes, you need to understand what's really happening when you walk into a room. Because this isn't just about clothes, it's about perception, and perception drives everything in your professional and personal life. Research from Princeton shows people form lasting impressions about your competence and trustworthiness in 1/10 of a second. That's faster than you can say, "Nice to meet you." Your colleagues, your clients, even people at social events, they're making snap judgments about your energy, your attention to detail, and yes, your age, based purely on visual cues. I've seen it happen countless times. A sharp, accomplished guy walks into a boardroom wearing scuffed shoes or an ill-fitting shirt, and unconsciously, people add 5 to 10 years to how old they think he is. They start questioning his energy, his relevance, his ability to keep up. But flip that equation, and this is the exciting part. When everything is dialed in correctly, the opposite happens. People see someone who clearly has his act together. They assume competence, they trust your judgment, and they treat you with the respect you've earned. The difference often comes down to just a few key decisions. And the best part? Once you know what they are, they become automatic. So let's get into it. Mistake number 1, wearing clothes that fight your body instead of working with it. All right, let's start with the foundation that everything else builds on, fit. And I'm going to be completely straight with you here because this is where I see the most damage. If you're still wearing those relaxed fit jeans from the Bush administration, or you've swung completely the other direction into skinny fits thinking it'll make you look more current, both approaches are sabotaging your presence. Baggy clothes don't hide anything. They make you look larger and signal that you've given up on being intentional about your appearance. Ultra-tight fits suggest you're uncomfortable with your body at this stage of life. What actually works? Clothes that follow your natural lines. For jeans, and this is crucial, you want slim, straight, or tapered cuts that work with your leg shape, not against it. Mid-rise or high-rise fits will sit at your natural waistline and give you those clean, masculine proportions that command respect. Here's the game changer most guys miss. A perfectly fitted $60 shirt from any decent retailer looks infinitely better than a $200 designer shirt that doesn't fit your frame properly. When your clothes fit correctly, people notice your confidence, not your clothing. But perfect fit is just the starting point. Because even well-fitted clothes can age you if you make this next mistake. Mistake number 2, playing it dangerously safe with your color choices. I completely understand why most successful men default to black, charcoal, and dark navy for everything. They feel professional, they feel safe, they feel serious. But when that's your entire color vocabulary, you're literally draining the vitality from your appearance. Dark colors directly next to your face can wash you out, making you look exhausted even when you're energetic. You end up projecting heaviness instead of confidence, fatigue instead of sharpness. The solution isn't to start wearing colors that feel foreign to your professional image. It's about strategic choices that enhance your natural presence. Navy is your secret weapon, still completely boardroom appropriate, but infinitely warmer than black. Light blue dress shirts are absolute game changers for your complexion. Consider this winning combination: dark indigo jeans, crisp light blue shirt, navy blazer. You've got depth, contrast, and visual interest while remaining completely appropriate for any business or social setting. Strategic color choices give you presence in a room. They make you memorable for the right reasons. Now, even the best colors can't save you from this next mistake that instantly dates you. Mistake number 3, treating your shoes like an afterthought. Gentlemen, here's something that might surprise you. People notice your shoes first and remember them last. They notice when they're scuffed, when they're outdated, and when they don't match the quality of everything else you're wearing. Your footwear tells a complete story about your attention to detail. Sometimes that story is, I've stopped caring about the fundamentals. Square-toe dress shoes from the early 2000s immediately timestamp you to a specific era. Scuffed running shoes with business casual attire suggest confusion about appropriate contexts. Here's your strategic upgrade path. Quality leather loafers in brown or black are worth every penny of investment. They work with jeans, they work with dress pants, and they instantly elevate any outfit. Chelsea boots give you a modern edge that pairs perfectly with dark wash jeans. For casual occasions, invest in clean, minimal leather sneakers. Good materials, simple design, no flashy logos or athletic styling. And here's a detail that immediately separates sharp dressers from everyone else. Your belt should coordinate with your shoes. Brown shoes, brown belt. Black shoes, black belt. It's a fundamental rule that shows you understand the details matter. But even premium shoes can't compensate for this next mistake that adds years to your face. Mistake number 4, stuck in a grooming time warp. If your haircut hasn't evolved since the Clinton administration, or you're letting facial hair grow without any real strategy, you're broadcasting that you've checked out of staying current. And in a world that values relevance and energy, that's a dangerous signal to send. Dated haircuts function like timestamps. They immediately place you in a specific decade in people's minds. Unkempt facial hair suggests you've abandoned professional standards. Poor grooming habits signal that if you can't manage personal details, maybe you can't manage business details either. Find a skilled barber who specializes in working with mature men's hair and face shapes. Ask for something current but not trendy. Textured crops, refined side parts, or clean fades that complement your features and professional image. For facial hair, make an intentional choice. Either maintain a well-trimmed, structured beard or stay clean-shaven. That scruffy in-between look adds unnecessary years to your appearance. Establish a basic skincare routine: cleanser, moisturizer, daily SPF protection. This isn't vanity, this is maintenance. You maintain your car, your home, your professional skills. Your appearance deserves the same systematic attention. And finally, the finishing touches that either pull everything together or undermine your entire look. Mistake number 5, accessories that work against you instead of for you. You're either wearing no accessories at all, which makes you completely forgettable and suggests zero personal style, or you're choosing pieces that immediately date your entire presentation. Chunky digital watches, wraparound sports sunglasses, novelty ties. These choices can sabotage an otherwise sharp outfit. Accessories communicate personality and attention to detail. They're the difference between guys who got dressed and guys who chose their outfit with clear intention. Keep your approach clean and classic. A quality timepiece with a simple face and leather or metal band. A well-constructed belt that coordinates with your shoes. Sunglasses in timeless styles like aviators or wayfarers. The goal isn't for people to notice your individual accessories. It's for them to subconsciously register that everything works together seamlessly, creating an overall impression of someone who clearly knows what he's doing. Final question before we wrap. Which of these 5 mistakes hit closest to home for you? Comment with the number 1 through 5, and let's see which one is most common. Look, these 5 areas: proper fit, strategic color, quality footwear, modern grooming, and intentional accessories. They're not rocket science, but they create a powerful cumulative effect that can transform how you're perceived professionally and personally. These aren't dramatic overhauls requiring complete personality changes. They're strategic refinements that make you look as sharp and confident as you actually are. Small, intentional adjustments that create massive changes in how others see you and, more importantly, how you feel when you look in the mirror each morning. I want to hear from you. Which mistake resonated most strongly? Was it the fit issues, the color choices, neglected shoes, outdated grooming, or missing accessories? Drop a comment with your number and tell me why it hit home. Your honest feedback helps me create better content for guys in similar situations. If this analysis was useful, hit that like button so YouTube's algorithm shares this with more accomplished men who could benefit from these insights. And if you want more straightforward, no-nonsense style advice specifically designed for men who've earned their success, subscribe to the channel. We're building a community of accomplished professionals who understand that looking sharp isn't about chasing trends. It's about mastering timeless fundamentals and executing them flawlessly. And LT, break time equals 0.5s/and GT.